So in this video today, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the features of Prometheus, especially I'm going to talk about the transits and the Profections, and I'm also going to show a little bit about the Explorer 3D. And I'd like to thank Fred Sawyer, who asked me a couple of these questions, so that's why I'm creating this video. The first thing that we're going to have a look at is transits. Now this is a preview of the latest version of Prometheus. Some of you might not have a couple of these features, especially what we've now got is we've now got pages that are able to be displayed in the preview window, which I think is an important improvement. It makes things makes this window much more useful. Anyway, first thing that we'll do is to show transits is we'll load a chart, and we'll just load it from our standard database of charts that we supply with the software. So this is just the radix chart, Alan Turing. So what we're going to do is just to show a couple of ways of doing transits to this chart. One of the easiest ways is to just go dynamic from template and then transits to radix, and that again straight away brings up a transits to radix chart. In the inner wheel we have Alan Turing's chart, and the outer wheel is the transiting chart for the current time. If you want to change that to play around with it a little bit, the best way is just to animate the chart. So we get chart animation as one day, and it can be either step forward or animated, as necessary. And there are a variety of different wheel styles that can be chosen. The other thing that can be done is it can be brought up as a page. So I think, let me see. Yeah, this is a nice one for transits. So we bring this one up, and again we can see here the inner wheel is the radix, the outer is the transit, and the full aspect list is there. Of course it's possible to change all, as I said, to change the wheel design and the so number 3 is a good one. It's very basic, good for transits, and it's there, and the aspects and so on can all be changed and restricted, and again the animation and so on works on the page. Generally, I don't know if many people, but the page is actually a view on the chart. When you animate, you actually animate that chart, and any pages or views that you have up at the same time will all animate together. Another thing that seems that I'll just point this out quickly is that it's actually possible to have more than one page open at the same time. It's something that for some reason sometimes it's a little bit difficult for customers to understand that that's possible, but it is possible to have more than one page open at the same time, and all of them are views on this chart. So if we let's say we just animate this by day, you see that all of them move. And the same is true for if we were doing astro mapping or we had the Planetarium open. So that's a little bit about how to actually display transit to radix in Prometheus. The other thing that we can do with transits is to actually search for them. So this is the transit search here. We'll just use the default settings and do the search. We're running a debug build at the moment, so what I'll do is I'll just fast forward this. I now have the transit results that we've just searched for, and this gives all the transits, including the entering, the exact, and the leaving time for the search dates that we did. We also can have a graph of the transits, and I'll just bring that up. And a really nice feature that we have is the ability to go to any date on the graph and to see the exact transits that are active on that date. Of course, the transiting planets and the aspects and so on, and what's actually searched for, are all fully configurable in Prometheus. And as far as I'm aware as well, that this is a unique feature, the ability to, on a graph, set the date to any point to see all the transits that are currently active think this is a unique feature to Prometheus as of the date that I'm recording this video, as I'm sure. Yeah, it's quite a nice feature, and most people really like this, so I'm sure it'll doubtless find its way into my competitors' products soonly enough. But currently it is unique to Prometheus, and we can actually just go to any date and see the transits that are active on that date. We can also view the interpretations either for a given date, which we can go date interp, or we can go I don't think we got much text that for a date or for a given line. We can see the transits. Okay, so we're now going to look at the profection capabilities of Prometheus. So the first thing to do is we're going to load in a chart from the database, and we'll just load from the default database that comes with Prometheus. We'll do Alan Turing again. So the chart's now been loaded, and we're going to do some profections for this chart. One of the easiest ways to do profections again is just to go dynamic from multi-wheel, and we have a profection range. This uses zodiacal profections for 1 year, and this shows the range of the profections. So that is from the start of the year, and that's to the end of the year. Again, if we animate the chart, we can see the profections moving. So choose days rather than minutes, and the profections can be out, and the current date of the profections is here. So it's a good way to see the profections as they are currently active. This can all be configured. So for instance, if you wish to create for instance for monthly rather than yearly profections, it is in fact possible to create a new multi-wheel template, and we do that in Astrology Settings. There are dynamic multi-wheel templates, and we could create a second one. So let's just go so we'll do a Profection Range monthly for this one. We'll do a TriWheel, make both of these profection charts, and for this one what we'll do is we'll do monthly. Now there are two speeds for monthly, which is 13 per year, 12 per year. 13 per year really corresponds with the lunar cycle, so there are 13 profections per year. So it's a 365.25 day year. It's divided by 13 in that case, and here it's by 12. So in 12 it's roughly equal to one sign per calendar month. So we'll do 12, and we'll put the date offset to none, and we'll do 12 again, and we'll have an offset for the profection range again for 1 month, so 12 in a year. So we've now added a dynamic multi-wheel template for monthly profections. Now save that. We'll go back to our radix and we just put it on. So now we have the monthly profection range. This is the profection range for a single month using monthly profections. We can see here the ascendant range there, and if we go animate the chart, you should see that in 30 days it will go through a whole sign. So it's moving quite quickly there. The other way that profections can be done is to actually put a profection chart on. So we put a profection chart on, we choose the radix, and the options for the profection are here. Again, we're looking at monthly profections here. We've also we did some research on profections, myself and an expert astrologer in Italy called Rocco Paneri, who we work with very closely, and we did some work on daily profections, although so there are a number of options there. And one of the things that we wanted to do was to make sure that there was an option so that yearly, monthly and daily could all line up exactly at the end of a year. So I think that one of the options in there that we have is actually unique to our way of doing things. I think it might be 13 signs per month or so on that we do, so that there is a perfect lineup between daily, monthly and yearly. And I think that's something that we've researched, so it's probably a unique feature. But anyway, we'll put it to monthly at 12 per year because that's what we were specifically asked. So we'll go OK, and this is a profection chart. This is just a profection of Alan Turing's chart. to this date, 30th of May. So what we'll do is we'll put it on a multi-wheel with Alan Turing's chart as the radix. So we'll put that and put Profections here. So what we can see now is the inner wheel is Turing's chart, the outer wheel is the Profection chart. And what we can do is we can animate this chart by pressing here, and we can, as we move it, you can see clearly. So if I know that specifically I was asked about the ascendant, so the ascendant point is here. We then move it 30 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's moved 30 degrees in that time. So that's how really what we've done with Profections in Prometheus so far. If there's any questions or comments or requests for additional features or additional methods of doing Profection, then we're always very happy to hear that and very receptive. And it's quite an easy thing for us just to add a different Profection method in. If it's going to secure a sale of the software, I have no problem doing that. So if there's any requests for that, I'm happy to take them. One other thing that I talked about was the Explorer 3D Planetarium, which is one of the best features in the software as far as I'm concerned. There's also a unique feature. There are some other astrological planetariums out there, but I don't think that any really fair-minded person could say that they're kind of in the same league as what we have in Prometheus. Well, this is taking us. I just want to say this is the debug build. We've currently got the development environment working, so on your computer this will be quite a lot faster than how it's appearing here. Although this is pretty fast, and as you can see, there is it's fully real time. You can just move the mouse around and rotate the view, zoom in and out, choose any position or planet, and get the details of it, or as I say, the development environment was active. Sorry, I'm just going to have to. So you can get in the details for any point, and also you can choose a point. You can put in the different lines on it. For instance, it's declination, right ascension point, and so on. Declination is probably the most useful line, especially if primary directions are being done. And I know that if people are using Profections, they're probably going to end up using primary directions as well, because they're very strongly related to each other. So it's quite useful to be able to see the exact time. If you put the primary direction chart along with the radix, you can see the exact time that the planet reaches the cusp, and can check the primary directions and the aspects and angles and so on. So it's a very nice, useful tool, and as far as I'm concerned, it's pretty much unique. There are a couple of other attempts at planetariums and astrological software, but they're not. I don't think that they're at this type of detail or quality. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that's everything. There was one other thing that I was asked, which I'll show, which is just to save the chart, how the charts can be loaded and saved. So really there's just the load and the save button right at the top left here, and you just load from chart database, or in the new version we've got default chart databases, so they can just be accessed by a hotkey rather than having to scroll through. So just, simply just load from chart database, choose the database, choose the chart, just double click on it, and it's loaded. In the same way for saving, you can either go right click and go save to database, and then you can choose your database like that. It's already in there. So that's how to load and save. It's how Profections are done, and hopefully that's useful information, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, for those who have watched, thank you very much for watching. Peace be with you. Check back again. I'm sure we'll have other interesting videos on Prometheus, and we do also love to hear from you. If there's any feedback you'd like to give us, then go to our contact page and let us know. Okay, thanks for watching, folks.